guys, so I just got out of the shower. You know, I didn't wash my hair, but you know, as I was in the shower, I was thinking about my day today because it is the evening time, which I'm feeling this, but I was thinking about my day today. This bun is really loose, so forgive me if it's just all over the place. And I didn't have the best day, but this video is very impromptu. And I actually have had this video idea on my list for a very long time, and it was going to be a little bit more like scientifical. There's like a giant hole here, so I gotta be careful. More scientific, like fact-based and like evidence, not evidence, but just like examples and like definitions and research and things like that on highly sensitive people. But that's not what this video is going to be. I'm going to speak from the heart and talk about personal experience being highly sensitive, because I don't know, it's just getting worse as I get older. I've never been like embarrassed or ashamed of being highly sensitive, and I'll give you my definition on being highly sensitive. Basically, it is an actual like thing. I don't know how scientific it really is, but there's books on it, there's research on it, you can look it up online, there's even quizzes if you want to see if you're one, but who knows if that's actually legit. Basically, we're just easily overstimulated from all the senses, so like bright lights affect us more, loud sounds, things like that, but also I include emotions. I'm very highly emotional, and also I'm an empath. I'm highly empathetic, so I pick up on anyone's energy around me, and that is a gift as well as a curse. So basically, I'm just sensitive. I'm sensitive all around. It could be pain, light, sound, taste. What else is there? Heat, cold, emotions, other people's emotions. It just just living, you know, the experience of life. I'm just sensitive to that. Now, I've never reached a point of my sensitivity where it's been, I mean, I don't necessarily like it, but I've always kind of been like, well, that's just me. I have to embrace it. And I think it's honestly an honor to be sensitive if I am also given the gift of being highly empathetic, because, you know, as you guys know, I love psychology and mental health, and I want to go into that field and help people. I have had the question, you know, come to me, will I be able to handle other people's emotions and take on their pain without overreacting? You know, am I going to be able to sit there while people are crying and hold it together for them? And honestly, that's one of the reasons why I have not gone into that field yet or continue my education. There are a million reasons why I haven't done that, but you guys probably wonder, as I get older and continue on with the YouTube thing, why I'm not going into my dream job field or working that hard towards it. That's one of the reasons why, is because I have high doubts in my ability to help people because of how sensitive I am and how much I absorb from other people. But for the most part, I've always kind of just embraced it, and it's just like, yeah, I'm really sensitive, and you know, my friends know that, my boyfriend knows that, my mom's like that, so she gets it. I think that's where I got it. And it really hasn't been an issue, honestly, until today. Today I had a really hard time with it, with being so sensitive. I did have a therapy appointment earlier today, which was great. And we talked about it. Well, I'll just tell you guys, I tweeted about it anyway, so I mean, I might as well just tell you guys that I had my first panic attack last week while I was at Universal Studios. So although on Instagram I looked like I was having a great old time, there was a moment where I had my first panic attack that, you know, I've never had one before. But basically, one of the reasons why it came to a head like that and I did have a panic attack is because I was just so overstimulated by everything going on, and there was no off button, and it was raining in LA that day, and so I was soaking wet for over 6 hours, and I feel like most people could handle that. You know, there were tons of people there. Not as many people probably as normal. I don't know, I've never been to Universal Studios before that day. There weren't lines though, so, you know, there was less people, but a lot of people decided to go that day, and one of my biggest things that I was annoyed with was my feet were soaking wet the whole day. I tried really hard not to complain to my boyfriend all day because I was just really uncomfortable most of the day. But I think most people were if they were there that day. So I feel like generally most people would just suck it up and do it. And I just feel like individually I could handle certain things. All at once, not so much. Although I loved the rides at Hogwarts. It was still a lot, and I think it was a mixture of things that caused my panic attack, but mostly I think I was just overstimulated. I had, you know, exhausted all of my resources during that trip, so, you know, just being outside my comfort zone for so long and just being super sensitive of a person that when I'm feeling uncomfortable or something, I just want to fix that right away, and that I just couldn't. So I had to, I don't know, my body just said, let's have a panic attack right now. So it wasn't really until then that my highly sensitivity became an issue. My high sensitivity became not even an issue. It's not an issue. I don't think there's anything wrong with being highly sensitive. It's just this is the first time in my life where I'm like, why can't I be like everyone else? Why can I not suck it up and just do it? There was another moment where we were on Runyon Canyon and I was being a baby because I didn't want to go up a hill. It was gravel. I have to climb like a monkey. I have to use my hands hiking. And normally I'd be embarrassed, but at my age, I just don't care. I don't care what people think about me at this point. I'd rather make myself as comfortable as possible, and if it makes people look at me weird, I don't care. But still, at the same time, I'm like, why can I not be brave? It's not even about bravery, because I think courage comes from overcoming fear. It's just they don't have fear. Like, they probably do Runyon all the time, granted, but I just want to hike like a normal person, or, you know, I just want to do things like normal people do, and sometimes I do feel, you know, overwhelmed, and I have to push that much harder, and I have to try that much harder to do things and get over those humps, you know, that other people probably don't have. That probably didn't make any sense. I mean, there's so many examples of me lately just, I don't even know what, I'm just being sensitive. Our smoke alarm likes to beep, you know, it's low battery, which, you know, drives me up the wall. I'm also a very light sleeper. I think that goes hand in hand with it too. I'm just on a constant state of awareness usually, so light sleeper. As soon as that smoke alarm beeps one time, I'm awake. My boyfriend sleeps right through it. I don't know how he does it. Anyway, but to reset the smoke alarm, you can trigger it or you can just push the button. When you trigger it, it lasts longer. So I was doing that for a little while. I'm gonna put in the work order for the battery, don't worry. But I used to trigger it, and at one point I have to put in earplugs to trigger my smoke alarm, which I feel like most people wouldn't need to do that, but it was too loud. It was just too loud. I hate loud music also. I do not listen to loud music in my car or in my headphones. If I'm on a walk, I rarely listen to music at all, but if I do listen to music while I'm on a walk, it's low, and I think part of that is also anxiety of just being paranoid about people around me. I like to be aware of my surroundings, but also I can't do, when it's in my ears, I can't do loud music. Like, I will physically, some people's voices do this to me too. Oh my god, if they have a certain pitch, for some reason, have you ever heard of those like sound bowls where you like, or even when you do a glass and it's wet, you know what I'm talking about, those sounds? That's what their voice sounds like to me when they talk for like a whole sentence and they have a certain pitch. Their voice turns into the sound that a glass makes when you wet your finger. I don't know if that makes any sense. I hope other people feel the same way and know what I'm talking about, because otherwise I just sound really weird. I know I'm not the only person that experiences this highly sensitivity thing, but I am the only person that I know that has it, besides my mom, but she doesn't go through the same, she's not my age, she doesn't like live the same life as I do, so it's hard for her to relate to the things that I feel sensitive to all the time. And she has found a way to distance herself from other people's emotions. I'm working on that. Like, I'm trying so dang hard in therapy and just in general, trying to work on that, because some people suck the life out of me. Some people put too much life into me. Some people, no matter what they're, like my boyfriend, no matter what his mood is, I'm feeling the same mood that he is. And that's not fair to me, you know, for myself, because I'm an individual. I should feel whatever I feel. And that's become even more evident as we lived together over the past couple months. I just absorb all of his energy, all of his emotions, you know? So I think it's a gift, like I said, because I'm able to feel what other people are feeling. but also I'd really like to not do that sometimes. You know, obviously I have blue eyes, so I'm really sensitive to sunlight, but I think I'm just sensitive in general. So of course when I, you know, am outside, it burns extra. But that could just be because I have blue eyes and we're more sensitive to light, I guess. I don't know. But sound is usually the biggest, you know, thing for me. Also, showers. When I was in the shower, I was thinking about that. I'm very sensitive in the shower. Can't be too hot. Very sensitive to heat. Oh my God. If you've ever lived with me, ever in your life, you know that I don't do heat. Cold is easier for me, but I naturally run a higher temperature than most people. I'm like at like 99.1 or something like that generally. So I'm always hot. I'm just always warm. So showers can be kind of difficult if I want to do a hot shower. Also there is, I take super fast showers, 10 minutes or less. And it's really rare that I take a 10-minute shower, but that's because at a certain point I can't breathe because of the steam. Like, is that not ridiculous? I cannot fathom a shower that's like 40 minutes. Some people take hour-long showers or like 20 minutes even. Like, how are you breathing air? Like, obviously there's air there. Like, I don't know. But I can't be the only one that has that same feeling in a shower. Like, I know some people love long showers. I don't like them at all. And let's not forget my sensitivity to pain. Yeah, I passed out when I got my tattoo, and I passed out when I got my nose ring. Well, at the time it was a stud. I didn't get it with the ring. I don't feel like those were necessarily pain sensitivity, but I do have a very low pain tolerance. I think those were more anxiety driven, and I just worked myself up so much that I passed out, but I've only ever passed out from painful experiences, so maybe it was the pain getting to my head, I don't know. I'm also more susceptible to fear. You know, I've had two major phobias in my life of driving, which I've overcome, thank God, but also dental phobia. You know, I still work through that. I have to take medication when I get any procedures done. I've yet to find a new dentist, and that's stressing me out. And what's more frustrating to me is that I feel like I used to be, back in like high school and early 20s, besides my driving phobia and whatnot, I was a super chill, like laid back person, go with the flow, didn't care about plans. Now I literally map out everything. I need to have a schedule. I need to know what to expect. Otherwise I feel really uncomfortable. And that's so frustrating because now I feel like I'm just a big ball of stress all the time. Just like a hot mess of sensitivity. You know what I mean. I feel like I could cry at any moment. I feel like I could be overstimulated at any moment. Sometimes movie theaters are getting to be a lot, like going to see a movie. It's too loud. And then I, you know, select who I surround myself with because I'm gonna feel whatever they feel. And the more people I take into my life, the more emotions I'm gonna feel. And that's just a roller coaster. I know there has to be some of you that can relate because it's just frustrating. Like I used the word frustrating so many times in my therapy appointment today because I am so frustrated because I've just reached this point where I just want to be like everyone else that I see in the world. I know I'm not the only one. Obviously, when I say everyone else, I don't literally mean everyone in the world because there are people like me. But I'm so tired. Like, I'm exhausted of feeling this way all the time. I just want to be able to do normal human things and I don't know, just not be highly sensitive sometimes. Granted, I wouldn't change myself for the world. But sometimes I just wish I was less sensitive so I could experience things the same way other people do. I feel like no matter what, I'm always gonna have some setbacks, or I'm always gonna have to struggle and push through harder than the people I'm with or than most people. And I'm realizing that as I get older and older, it's just kind of getting worse. And I'm just becoming more and more sensitive. And I'm leaving the house less and less, and I'm just worried for my future, honestly, because of all my fears and all of my sensitivities. I'm worried that it's gonna like set me back in life. I'm already, you know, a late bloomer, as you guys know. I'm already not at the point that society thinks I should be at, which we all know how I feel about that. I don't care. At this point, I don't care. I still feel pressure here and there, of course. It's natural, it's human. But in general, I really don't care. I'm just going at my own pace. But I still feel like it's going to take me longer to get there through most things because of how sensitive I am sometimes. I did not plan for this video today. There wasn't even going to be a No Makeup Monday today at all. I just really need to vent to you guys because I'm feeling very frustrated. I don't have a resolution or any advice for this. I am working through it in therapy right now, even though it is getting to be springtime. Well, it is spring, but you know, it's spring weather now. But usually I'll end therapy around that time, but I don't know if I'm going to anytime soon. I kind of want to explore this and see what I can do. I don't know. Am I always just gonna have to put in earplugs when the smoke alarm goes off? Like, is that just, I mean, that's my life. Please comment down below if you're like me in any way, shape, or form, if you've felt this sensitive or felt frustrated in your life because of how sensitive you are. And also tell me your specific, you know, sensitivities. Like, obviously mine is, the biggest one is probably sound, so I'd love to hear what yours is. Down below, if you are highly sensitive, know that you're not alone, and you're not alone in your frustration either, although I do believe in embracing it for the most part. I understand wanting to change it sometimes, but mostly I feel like we should be proud that this is who we are. It's not gonna change, unfortunately, and we do have the power to feel what other people feel, which can be helpful in some situations, but obviously sometimes we'd like to turn that off. But that's probably not gonna happen. So I think we just gotta find coping mechanisms to deal with day-to-day life that other people handle with no problem. Anyway, leave a comment down below. What do you think? How do you feel about that? I know this is videos for like a specific group of people. Sorry, my hair's a mess. My roots are a mess. But yeah, sorry this is such like a specific rant video, but I hope that you guys can feel me on this. I don't know. I don't know what the response to this video is even going to be because it's so specific, but I had to get it off my chest. I had to just talk about it a little bit more and feel better about it. So yeah, let me know some video requests down below, especially for No Makeup Mondays / psychology videos that you'd like me to do down below. And I hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.